Ladies and gentlemen, today is not your typical car review. No, it's not that at all. It's quite the opposite. Today is more about telling you why I bought one Camaro over another. Today is also not about who has the best Camaro or the fastest Camaro. We all know if it was about that, the ZL1 1LE would win that contest all day and twice on Tuesday. So if you clicked on this video to see why someone that could have purchased either car would go with the SS and not the ZL1, you will enjoy this. Today I will show you two absolutely beautiful and stunning cars. It will help you understand that I had a difficult decision choosing what I chose. But when I'm done, whether you agree with me or not, you will fully understand why I decided to buy the SS and not the ZL1. Hello everyone and welcome back to Brink of Speed. I hope you enjoyed that intro with the drone footage and the driving footage. Today I am out here with Asfar from Hot Rods DFW. You guys have seen him on the channel plenty of times. If you have not subscribed to him, make sure you go to his channel and hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. But he has a 2021 ZL1 1LE, and as you can see, my brand new 2023 1LE 2SS is next to his car.
So just quick correction, Mike. That's actually, I was all confused because I had the regular ZL1, so that was 2021. They said 2022.
Oh, okay.
So 2022 ZL1 1LE, I got it like 4 months ago, but I got it with a little bit of miles because I couldn't find it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So these two cars are in front of you for a couple of reasons. As I stated in the intro, I wanted you guys to be able to see a video where it wasn't like side-by-side racing or anything like that. We already know that this car is gonna absolutely dominate this car, especially in straight line speed, but even on the track, it would dominate it. But what a lot of you are wanting to know is, number one, why did I get this car over this car? And number two, what car would be better for you? An SS with 455 horsepower or a ZL1 with 650? As I also stated in the intro, the ZL1 just sitting there is hands down a prettier car. It's also hands down a quicker car, a faster car. Everything about that car is definitely a better car than this. But one of the biggest reasons why I went with an SS over a ZL1 was because you guys know from my channel that I like to be able to put 100% of the power down to the ground when I'm driving on the road or when I'm on a road course. And as you know, I am gonna track this car. And so I really wanted it for that, but I also wanted it for the benefit of you guys. I know that this car right here, the ZL1, is about 20,000 more than that car. Yeah. This car brand new is gonna run you over $75,000. It's
almost 80 now, Mike.
It's almost 80, so there you go.
Once you have the automatic, because with all the options, yeah, you cannot find one less than 80 now.
There you go.
With like reasonable options.
Yeah, so this car, as you know, was 55,000, or actually you probably don't know this yet unless you were on my live. So I'm revealing it right now, but this car was 55,000 and some change. I think it was 55.6, okay?
Yeah, hell lot of a value.
This car was almost 80,000. So more people on my channel are gonna be able to afford that than that, especially if you already have a Corvette. If you're already making a payment on a C8, C7, whatever it is that you have, then a $55,000 car is going to be much more affordable. So those are the two biggest reasons why I got this over that. Now, we can walk around these two cars and show you all the differences. Asfar wants me to drive his ZL1 because he wants me to see the main difference, which is the suspension.
Yeah, and I think there is one more thing, and this is interesting. I haven't found much information, but I validated with GM. So when people talk regular ZL1 in this car, they just think the aero, downforce, and suspension, right?
Right.
But actually the track mode on this car is whole different tuning
than
the track mode on the regular ZL1. This is way more aggressive, has pops, and so that's what I want Mike to experience, because he drove my regular ZL1.
That's right.
And then I want his view, so we'll hop in the car whenever we can.
I will link my ZL1 video in the description if you want to see that drive. It was a fantastic car. But right now, we're going to get started by walking around these cars and just showing you all the differences between the two.
Yep.
Okay, so the obvious stuff first, and that is the front end of this car is a little bit different than the front end of this car for a couple of reasons. So we moved my car. We wanted to get a little closer to his, especially for a good thumbnail. But as I was saying, this car doesn't need the breathing that car needs.
Yeah, and look, I just saw, Mike, I think you don't have that. Look at this duct.
Oh yeah.
To channel the air to the brakes.
Oh yeah.
For cooling the brakes.
I mean, look at this one.
I think this one, they went after the overheating issue on the Z06 probably.
Yes, that's exactly why they did what they did. So this just has a naturally aspirated LT1 in it, and this has the supercharged LT4 from the Z06, the C7 Z06. So that's the first thing that you're going to notice about the fronts. Also, this has huge dive planes, which I absolutely love. I'm going to have to get some of those and put them on the front of this. It also has a bigger front splitter, as you can see, with bigger canards. This is quite a bit longer than this. If you look at my little tiny canards, and that front splitter doesn't stick out near as front, especially right there in the front. Look at how huge that is in the front. So the aero on this car is just way more aggressive. Then you look at the hood, and the hood has really good venting here, which those are wide open vents. But look at this thing. This has carbon fiber in the center with a wide open vent right there. And so this definitely has a lot more cooling, a lot more aero. It also has the ZL1 side rocker that my car does not have. Now, just so you guys know, I've got one coming, so that's going to be on the channel pretty soon, but there are no rockers on this car at all. This has massive, and when I say massive, I mean massive, 305s with 19-inch wheels up front. You heard me correctly, 305s. And these are 325s in the rear on 20s. Now coming back to the back, you're gonna notice a couple more things. Number one, the ginormous ZL1 1LE, and this is specific to 1LE, a massive carbon fiber wing. That's like a, what, an $8,000 wing?
No, so this is interesting. So this is, I think, I don't know if they've increased the price, but you can buy it for like $5,000.
Oh, okay, $5,000.
But it's better than the crazy GD500. I asked the price. That one is $16,800.
Holy cow. This is the rear view camera mirror that we both have. So that's exactly the same. The rear tail lights are exactly the same. I love how they're smoked out. And then back here, you're gonna notice that his exhaust pipes have the big baffle on the end, the like trumpet shape that mine do not have. This is more like a C7 Z06 shape. And this over here is just a flat tip. There is no trumpet shape to it at all. Now, comparing the two wings, there is no comparison. Look at the massive thing there, and look at this tiny little lip spoiler. I do like this though.
Yeah.
This is subtle. It's nice. It still gives it an aggressive look. I really like the wheels on this SS as well. And another similarity or I should say again, exact same feature, is on the front caliper, you get the 1LE logo, and same with his front caliper and rear caliper, you get the 1LE logo. So a lot of similarities. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was asking Mike, do you think, because I'm confused, is this bigger, like the disc, because I have smaller wheel?
Oh yeah.
The disc size is bigger.
Oh yeah, you have, so if you look at the brakes in here, actually let me get over here on this side. The rotor on this car is absolutely enormous. I would say that's probably 15 and a half. This one is still a good sized rotor, but it's probably only about maybe 14 inches.
Right.
So it's probably an inch and a half smaller than the rotors on that. But again, this right here is the ultimate, and when I say ultimate, I really mean ultimate track Camaro. This is more for someone like myself that's, you know, really wanting to take it to the track but not get crazy on the track. This is for somebody who maybe doesn't want to take it to the track, which is fine, but most people I think that would buy that car would at least be occasional trackers.
That was probably the reason I changed from my regular ZL1. I was like, I had that itch. It's funny, I haven't tracked it yet. I plan to, but I'm just enjoying, I still feel I'm enjoying it too much on the road. But that's exact one thing what Mike said. Sometimes now when I've owned it and I'm past that initial love phase, I can see why it cannot be, I mean, it's hard to be a daily. Because the moment the roads are even a little less compliant, dude, like this car throws you left, right. It's to a point that you will be slower than a regular SS, I can tell you that. And
I've actually been told by plenty of my followers who have owned this car that they had to get rid of it because it jarred their insides so much because of how, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what this suspension feels like.
Yep.
Real quick though, let's go ahead and go on the inside of both of these cars. I know he's done some stuff to his, but you guys have already seen my interior. It is the red and black interior, mostly black. It's got some grays in it as well, but this is mostly a red or a black interior with some red accents. The steering wheels I know are identical, but he has a really cool thing that he's put on his steering wheel. The biggest difference between our cars though is that right there. The 6-speed manual transmission that I just don't feel like you can do without on one of these types of cars.
And I'm so jealous of your red seat belts.
You're jealous of my red seat belts? Well, no, that's not. So his car has a little bit different look on the interior. It does not have the gray right here that mine has, but it's got the Alcantara. It's got the red inserts there, the red stitching. There's not really red on the side except for the stitching, but this is all Alcantara, and on mine it is not. And then he's got the center console from his old ZL1, which is Alcantara. And then he's done quite a few carbon fiber accents in here, which are really cool, very tasteful. But this is what he's done that I think I'm gonna buy for sure. It's off of Amazon, and it just beefs up the steering wheel. You guys know I like the steering wheel to be a little more beefy. And then he's also done these red accents on the vents, and I really do like that. But other than that, it looks pretty much the same on the interior.
And that's what I'm amazed. There's not much of a difference, so I think it's just...
Yeah.
Let me pop the hood and then we'll talk.
Let's look under the hood of these cars. All right, so both hoods are up, and you're gonna notice obvious giant differences between the two. This thing has nothing done to it. It is a stock LT1, again with 455 horse, 455 torque. And then you come over to the ZL1, and he's got this K&N open air filter, which is really cool. He says that it really makes the supercharger whine really, really nice, very apparent. And then he showed me right here on the top of the shock or the suspension tower that you use some tools in here, and you can turn this, and it actually shows right on there that this is the track camber setting. And so when that's facing this bolt right here, then it has the track suspension set up. And when you turn it the opposite way, It is the non-track suspension, which is still a 1.7 camber.
Still 1.7.
Now it's 2.7.
And it can go up to 3.7.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just probably the highest
That's awesome,
camber
man.
from OEM.
Plus, his normal suspension, you can actually lower the car, what, a couple inches?
No, not, I would say like 0.75 to an inch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm almost, because it's already a low car, so I'm like, I think about 0.3, 0.4. I measured it, so I'm like 0.4 inches lowered. I didn't go all the way because it created so much more, you know, like oversteer.
So we want to show you the difference in the sound of this exhaust. So go ahead and start it up. Now what mode is that?
This is the track, Mike.
Okay.
So they limit this one. Interestingly, I can't rev higher than 3,000.
Yeah, they limit you, huh?
Because of the supercharger.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start up mine and let them hear the difference.
Yep.
And let him rev it a little bit.
This is louder. Wow.
So it's louder just sitting here.
Yeah.
But it's not louder on the road.
Yeah, it's different.
That exhaust is, I think, as loud, if not louder, than the C7 ZR1.
Wow.
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
So what do you guys think? Which one do you like better just sitting here? Obviously, his is louder once you get going. So that's really going to do it for all of the features and the differences between these two cars. So now we're going to go ahead and shut our hoods and go for a ride.
Yes, let's do it, Mike.
All right, so I am in the ZL1 1LE with Asfar. And
it's already bouncing, right?
It's already bouncing. I'm on a road. I wanted to take it on, especially to check out the, you know, how stiff the suspension is. And it's stiff. It is definitely.
It's definitely stiff.
It's definitely stiff. So we're gonna drive on this road a little bit.
And you're still on the touring mode. You're not on track.
Okay, but let's just, for all the viewers, so that they know, if I change it to a different mode, does that truly change the suspension because it doesn't have mag ride?
No.
Okay.
It does nothing. It just changed a little bit of steering feel, and then obviously the transmission.
Okay.
Shift points change.
So yeah, this is definitely a stiff ride. So ladies and gentlemen, that's another thing that you have to consider when you're considering buying one of these cars. Now obviously you could get the ZL1 without the 1LE package.
Yeah.
And that has the magnetic ride control just like my car. So it will soften the ride up a lot, especially in tour mode. But if you want the true 1LE, then you got to decide whether you want the SS 1LE that actually has magnetic ride control, or this ZL1 1LE that does not.
Yeah, this is like what, the Multimatic DSSV Formula 1 race suspension?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculously stiff. Yep.
Very stiff. The thing that I like about it so far is, even though I've only driven a little ways, is you can definitely tell that you're in a very good handling car.
Yeah, and when you go on the track mode, you'll see like it's so violent shifting because the best is stopping on the track mode because the suspension just jerks and goes crazy.
Oh, I'm sure. So let's see what sport feels like as far as. Yeah, that's got some power. Yeah. And it wants to just, you know, spin the tires at that low of a speed.
Because it's still not heated, like these tires take some time.
Right.
So then once they're heated, then hopefully.
So how do you put this in manual mode?
The manual mode, that's interesting, dude. Like people will laugh. You can
never mind. I got it.
Yeah, now you're on the manual
mode.
So
it's just like the C7?
C7. Yep,
yeah,
C7.
You just shove that stick over.
Yeah, because I never put it like on full manual. I can use the pedal on.
Oh yeah.
Even on the automatic. But yeah, this is now you're on full manual mode.
Wow. My wife would hate me if I bought this car.
Yeah, even the passenger feels everything.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling like everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, My new C8 with it lowered has 30% stiffer suspension now, and it already on this road makes my wife kind of not happy.
Yeah, and this is definitely stiffer than I would say.
Way stiffer.
Yeah, way stiffer, because I mean the Z06 I have, the C7, which with the Z07 package,
Right.
even that on track mode
Is not.
is not as stiff as
yeah.
this.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I miss that. That is definitely one thing that is incredible about the LT4 is its instant power. I mean, just
Torque. Yeah.
it's instant torque, instant horsepower. You don't have to wait for anything. It just goes. Okay, we're in track mode now.
I would want you, like, you can also go like automatic on track mode, because it's tuned so nicely that the car does it all, and it does way more aggressive shifting.
That was 4th gear.
Wow. Yeah, once you have experienced the manual, I would say try to experience the track on its stock OE tuning, and you will like it,
Oh, I'm sure.
because it's very aggressive.
Yeah, this is a different league of car than the SS for sure.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And that's the supercharger whine. You can hear.
I love it.
Yeah, it just makes it. It's like more different. Like, it's like a grinding sound, but I like it. like.
Yeah. So we'll let the automatic do its thing.
Yeah, because I am. Holy shit, the driver is having the fun, not the passenger. It's wild.
And I didn't even try around that turn. This car is insane.
Yeah, this is probably to drive alone, because I can tell you on this side of the seat, I'm glad we took a lube brake.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, now you can feel it. Yeah, it just doesn't has turns. Woo! It's just funny that it doesn't has corners.
It's violent.
Yeah, it's violent.
It is totally violent. Good golly.
Yeah, because the downforce, the thing is, everything adds. So when I was doing my research, I was already a ZL1 owner, and I got in this car. I was taking a test drive in Fort Worth. They were kind enough to let me enjoy the car, and it's just like everything adds. Like my ZL1 did not feel this one, even minus the suspension, because the aero, the downforce, everything adds to the experience.
Yeah,
That's why I sold my ZL1 and got this one.
Yeah, this car's incredible. Just being honest, man, I don't know if I could handle all these bumps all the time.
Yeah,
It is definitely a bumpy ride.
And that's the thing, right? If this is what you and me spoke about, this couldn't be your daily.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not.
No, definitely not. This, if I bought this, it would have one purpose and one purpose only, and that would be going to the track.
Yeah, and that's not partly. I mean, I enjoy it on roads. I haven't even yet taken it to the track, but I mean, I totally see their point of view. And the thing with, because I have like the GT500 and the Red Eye and all, so I'm like, I don't have to deal with this all the time. I only take it out on a nice, bright, sunny day, and then just
Yeah.
no purpose to be out on the road. Those are the days I'm in this car. So
Yeah. Well, that was really fun, Asfar. Thank you so much.
I don't know if I can say that, but dude.
I think you guys heard my feelings about this 1LE, ZL1 1LE, I should say. It is a fantastic car. It has so much power. It really reminds me of my Z06 that I have, my Blue Fury C7 Z06. But it is a very bumpy ride. And so that just brings me back to the question that I had for all of you, and that is, do you want to compromise your ride to get the ZL1 with the 1LE package? Or do you want to just stick with the normal ZL1 with the mag ride? Or do you not need all of those 650 horses and you can just stick with the 455 horses in the SS 1LE and get the mag ride as well?
Yeah, because you could put a spoiler, you could put the canards.
I can make this look identical to this minus the
And
hood.
also, if you lower it, have a little bit more downforce, so the
Yes.
handling wise, you can definitely get closer.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a choice for a lot of people, Mike.
It really is, yeah. Thank you to Asfar for bringing his beautiful ZL1 1LE over. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave your comments down below, letting me know if this helped you with your decision in buying a Camaro, and leave in the comments below which one you decided to go with. But that's gonna do it. If you enjoyed it, give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to his channel, Hot Rods DFW. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you guys out on the road.
Thank you, guys.